like to call to order the meeting of May 21st, 2019. Would you all please stand for the invocation and pledge allegiance to the flag? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Everyone have the mics on?
Here. Here. Here.
Bob?
Here.
Lakers?
Here.
Here.
Here. You all received the meeting minutes for May 7th. Any questions or comments on those? If not, they will stand as presented. I have one letter to read this evening from the Chamber of Commerce. It says, Dear Mr. Willard, demonstrating foresight and hard work, city leaders planned, developed, and marketed an industrial park on the city's north end. Any reasonable assessment would consider the leaders' vision and efforts successful. Continuing prior leaders' vision and dedication, recent infrastructure investments significantly increased the city's capacity for growth and development. Further, with recent tax incentive programs, the city has positioned itself to offer manufacturers an attractive community to locate their operation. However, with the existing industrial park at capacity, a second industrial park is necessary to capture current and future opportunities. The Columbiana Area Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors endorses efforts by the city to locate and develop such a park. We offer our support for such an endeavor and look forward to working with you and other city leaders on this project. Respectfully submitted, April Brinker, Executive Director, Chamber of Commerce. We received the Columbiana Park Recreation and Cemetery Board meeting minutes of April 22nd. Any comments on those? We also received the Planning Commission meeting minutes of May 21st. Any comments on those? For any of you that weren't here that didn't see, Planning Commission approved a new business going into the four-wheel drive hardware building and bringing 70+ employees to the city. And I think it shows exactly what's going on in the community. They're reinvesting and moving into town, and have also just bought a company in the Akron-Canton area, and they will be blending the two together here. So the 70 will quickly grow to more employees. We'll fill a building in fairly short order for a building that size. It was a blow to the community, and I'm excited to have them. I think it'll bring good jobs. I know the business I've done there for years, and they're good to work with. First up this evening, we have Marianne Plessy here to discuss the St. Jude Festival scheduled to be held June 20th through the 23rd of this year. Welcome up.
Good evening, my name is Marianne Plessy. I'm the director of the St. Jude and Our Lady of Lourdes Parish Festival. Again, like Brian said, this year we have June the 20th through the 23rd. We're always gonna try to keep that the third weekend of June, like the street fair, so everyone can kind of get used to that's when the festival's gonna be. This year we're changing the time a little bit. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday it'll be from 5 to 10, and on Sunday this year will be from 3 to 10. Thursday night again this year will be Veteran Appreciation Night. We'll have the ceremony that will start at 4:45. I asked permission from the council and the city to have no parking completely on 7th Street. So I'm asking if you could put signs on the other side so we can have no parking on the street at all. We appreciate that. I have spoken with Mr. Gladys. We have a couple people who are donating golf carts to us so that we could go down 7th Street and pick up maybe some elderly people and bring them up to the festival and try to bring them a little walking for them. Kevin is working on the security schedule for me. We're going to need 4 police officers to work the festival this year, if that's okay, if we have permission from everybody. I talked with Ozzy this morning, and I paid for the banner to be hung, and I was told that it was allowed to go up for 21 days in the city. Okay. I do have an emergency area planned out in the back section of the festival in case we needed to land a helicopter or anything like that came up. But I do have that for all safety purposes scheduled out for this year. Okay. On Saturday evening this year, we're going to have consider it family night, and I spoke with Mr. Gladys, and we're going to do fingerprinting for the children this year. And we're going to provide a tent and a table and chairs and everything for him, and we thought that 5 to 7 on Saturday night would be good. If anyone would have any input on that, I appreciate it. And I'd just like to thank everyone for all the help that the city has given us for the festival, and invite everyone to come. Okay? Thank you.
Do we have a motion to approve this?
So moved.
Second. Any issues at all, Chief, with any of those requests?
No, the first year that they did this, we went through, I gave them like 3 pages of a checklist of all the things that could or might go wrong, and they've addressed every single one. You can tell from the presentation that they've thought through pretty much every contingency that one could imagine. I support it wholeheartedly. They know what they're doing. It's well organized and well run.
Great. Any other questions or comments? Roll call.
Becker?
Yes.
Howard?
Yes.
Wilson?
Yes.
Miller?
Yes.
Next up, we don't have an actual representative here. We have a letter. It says, the Alive at 5 Columbiana Committee would like to ask the City Council to allow the DORA to be enacted on June 7th during the Columbiana Chamber of Commerce Block Party. The road would already be closed for the chamber event. We have attached a list of activities that we would be coordinating for the event with the help of local Main Street businesses. Thank you for your consideration. The Alive at 5 Columbiana Committee. And it lists the events. I think these will coincide with the chamber, but they're going to have a cornhole tournament on Main Street. At the same time, they plan on setting up 2 paintball machines on Main Street under a tent. They're inviting Youngstown and Cleveland flea vendors to set up on Main Street as well, try to bring new vendors to the city. They're proposing a dog trick contest hosted by Paws on Main, a child entrepreneur section, which I think is really neat. Tables available for kids to set up their own businesses or crafts. Kids doing face painting. There will be a lot of food trucks. The hours of the door that they're requesting will only be 3 hours, from 5 till 8 p.m. Just on that Friday. And they're asking store involvement for doing like a cookie walk or something along those lines, where anyone that would spend $5 or more in the stores would receive cookies. Basically, it's just a party on Main Street with neighbors hanging out and kicking off summer. Motion
I so moved.
Second.
Any comments?
Refresh my memory, Alive at 5, what committee is that? Is that the group that was in here last year to do?
So, in order to work out of the door of that, you need to have the, one of the permit holders, and that's where there's 5 permit holders, and they came up in the name. And then, but also, to get support, from the chamber, people reached out to me, last week that, they approved of them, team up.
I like the idea of reaching out to downtown Cleveland, really try to put the city in the spotlight, show outsiders what we've got. Does look like they've spent a lot of time putting together a pretty comprehensive program. There's a lot of activity, to be honest with you.
Any other comments? A roll call?
Yes.
Yes.
Paul? Abstain. Miller?
Yes.
Becker?
Abstain.
Motion for majority of three yeses, so I believe that passes.
Manager's report.
I didn't have my original manager's report, but the website that we've been working on for about a couple of years is up and running now. We have a couple things we need to get turned on, we're still working on that. But, if you remember, the tourism board put a committee out, made recommendations for improvements of our website, and they worked on it for quite a while. And we put all those in, their recommendations, and we've got a really mobile-friendly site. It's, looks really nicer. We've got some nice images in there, and it's pretty user-friendly. We actually used their recommendation that they gave us. They had like 3 different websites that we should look at, and that's what we did. So if you have a chance to look at that, we thank the tourism board for helping us out on that. And we're also we've got some other links in there that we didn't have before, or at least more user friendly. So we've got the checkbook as a link now, so it's really easy to get onto. And then we've got the minutes posted for all the council meetings, I believe, for
June 2015.
yeah. So we appreciate the staff getting all that up, on there. So
Current agendas are posted now also. It was good, Sony, made the, or Dan, I'm sorry. Made those recommendations, really about 2 months ago now. And we've met several times trying to figure out how we could work together to fit your desires and needs with what we're physically capable of doing, and we could turn around in pretty short order.
Yeah, it actually came out really well. I was pleased. Everything is like a couple of things I know. We committed to trying to get the videos up within 72 hours for the council meetings. Last time was up the next day. The agendas are up on time. The minutes are up on time. It's I really appreciate the hard work Lance and his team put together. He got a lot done for us. I really appreciate that.
okay, the West Salem Street Stormwater Project, the FEMA, we're still working on that. last year. And we have another one coming up that's due June 1st, and we're working on that. So we have surveyors out at Ray and Beverly area and on East Park Avenue. The bases for the stamps for the door signs are in, and we already ordered the lettered signs. As you recall, we got 21 of those coming. We'll put them all together for the upcoming door event. We do have another negotiating committee meeting coming up, and we're considering another industrial project. Looking forward to that. You mentioned the business attraction project that we've been working on for the last few months. Brian talked about it already, so we're really happy with that, getting that in here. We continue to work with Columbiana Boiler on theirs, and hopefully going to the school board soon. Mirror Lake project is almost done. We were out there today. They actually blacktopped it. Looks really super nice. It's nice and wide, and really thick blacktop out there. So looking forward to that. We'll be definitely ready for the ribbon cutting in June. So part of that project, we did take down the old fountain that was up by Pavilion 4. Since then, the tourism board has told us that they were going to give us $3,000 for a new fountain. We think we have another line on some other funding, but we went ahead and ordered that, and the base was installed, so it should look really nice. There's also 6 total waterfall on the south side, right outside of the building. It's gonna be really nice. And then there'll be 2 other little tiny little waterfalls at the other end where you see those 3 lines.
Will that fountain be in for the dedication?
Yes. We also did put the fountain in the center, and actually the tourism board donated towards that. I think it was the first or second year that they had it enjoy Christmas, so we ended up buying that, and it shoots it way up in the air if you've been out there. I did talk a little bit about the Chalk Festival, trying to get that together for August 24th and 25th. We have a nationally known chalk artist. He's lined up to be featured. So the idea is he'll come in like Friday night, get up in the morning and start working. We don't know what theme it's going to be yet, but I'm meeting with Columbiana first this month, and we're going to work out the details. But the main thing is that we have him here, and it should be a pretty good event. And he's from Pittsburgh. Pat Bergen, Bergen Realty, has requested a tour of Columbiana in an effort to educate the builders and bankers. They're coming on a tour, actually renting a bus and coming to our town and take a look at what we've got. So you're all invited to that. It's in the package. Let's see, we made some progress on the second industrial park. Very timely, the chamber sent a letter in support of one, so we'll keep you up to date as that progresses. We've had a couple major leads this week as a result of the CRA. We've got a couple meetings with them, and we're going to tour Columbiana, making their industrial leads. So that's nice. Street department, we've been filling potholes, clean catch basins, and getting some manholes for the paving project coming up. Again, June 1st is coming quick, so that's, if you recall that project, we should do most of the work at night to keep down traffic. The winter salt numbers, we just went out to release that here, I think about a month and a half ago. The price is $86 this year, which is up $24 from last year. That increase would probably amount to about $20,000. And the company that got it, we've never worked with them, but the name of it's Compass. Mowing, it's really wet out there, so we've only got about 80% of the mowing done with the big mowers, and we're going to get sidearm out next week. The water department, they've been working on putting, backup power to well number 5, so, we should have that done here in the next week or so. They've, water department assisted, water department, or wastewater department and the street department on a couple projects, last week too. We also, received our back excavator, and we had one, we had bought it used, back in, 04, I think, and we're just now purchasing a new one. Surveyors at Metz Road Lift Station, getting ready to, stake that out for, final engineering on that, lift station elimination project. The pool help painted the pool. There's a picture of the baby pool this year. Electric department, they, attended a pre-con meeting. We've got a pretty large electric project going on. Right now, we're running a loop from the north substation all the way out past, Route 7 and back feeding, the Firestone development. And we also have a predictive analytic distribution testing system coming in. It's a new vendor that we have not used. Should be interesting. They're driving our whole system, and they'll sit down with the crews to try to make the system better. I think that's all I got.
You received the bill list for May 21st. Any comments on it? We'll move into old business. Due to the length of the ordinances, can I have a motion to read them by title only, as well as Resolution 19R540 as an emergency? Roll call.
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
Resolution number 19-R-536, second reading. A resolution to exclude the approval of the city of Salem, which approval would otherwise be required for an alternate method of apportionment of local government fund monies to be distributed in 2020.
So moved.
Any comments? Roll call.
Yes. Noah?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Resolution number 19-R-537, second reading. A resolution approving a new alternate method of apportionment of local government fund monies to be distributed in 2020.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments? Roll call.
Noah?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Resolution number 19-R-538, second reading. A resolution authorizing the city manager to enter into a certain lease agreement with Richard F. Wilk and Teresa A. Wilk.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments? Roll call.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Noah?
Yes.
Resolution number 19-R-539, second reading. A resolution authorizing the city manager to execute a CRA agreement with KDC Properties LLC for the city of Columbiana.
So moved.
Second.
Any comment?
I have a question. I had somebody approach me a couple days ago asking about this, and they had heard it was subsidized housing. Is there can we publicly
That's not part,
dispel?
that's not part of their business plan. I mean, we've actually, several of us actually visited the other places, and you can have.
Whenever they came to the planning commission, their original plan for the rent on those is like $1,200 to $1,500 a month. I don't think you're gonna, not the same. They're actually selling them as executive rentals, like 1, 2, 3-year business.
I mean, that was my understanding, but when the public is asking you why the DRA approves subsidized housing, you kind of want to make sure that it's
I don't
not.
know where they get their information about subsidized housing.
Any other comments? A roll call?
Yes.
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 New business, resolution number 19-R-540, emergency. An emergency resolution authorizing the city manager to enter into an agreement to sell certain .453 acre tract of land owned by the city of Columbiana.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments? Roll call?
Yes.
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 Anyone from the public desiring to address council this evening? State your name for the record.
Scott Jones, 133 Back Bay Drive. I just had to make two comments tonight. The first one I'll reference, only as an employee of Home Savings and a sponsor of the tour this Thursday, and we had a short conference call this morning, and we were getting the plan together, and this is the type of people you have in front of us and working for us. We finished the call up and, got a little marketing plan together, and Mr. Willard and I believe Mr. Harold took off for a business meeting, and Mike suggested, hey, are you guys going to go buy the 59 vacant acres on the north end of town in your plans? And we really didn't have a plan for that. So I just want to applaud him for having the mindset that, this is who you have working for you. This is who we have working for us. So the compliment to Mike, what a great mind to think, hey, Lance called me back. I called the other sponsor of the event, and he said, that's a great idea. We'll do it. It's going to fit the plan fine. So hopefully we can acquire a buyer someday. And then lastly,
I'm thinking about the income tax.
I understand. But in the future, and secondly, that was just a great thought, and I thank you. Secondly, a more educated guess on this, Bob, to the question if anybody would ever consider or ask you if there was going to be subsidized housing coming to Columbiana. Maybe a more educated guess or educated answer would have been to pose the question back to that inquiry and say, do you think somebody would really want to invest their money into a growing city like Columbiana with subsidized housing? I don't think that would be anybody's desire at this stage. So I'm very proud to live within this community, which we probably won't have to deal with that for some time. So,
it was brought to my attention by some homeowners that said that their development was called to a homeowners association meeting, and it was discussed there.
I'm not sure how it was posed. If it was posed to you personally, I'm just suggesting that may have been a better answer than to bring it in front of the town folk. Thank you for your time.
And also, Scott Karen was on the negotiating committee, and he told me he heard the same thing. We're, don't agree with. Good point.
Any other comments? Motion to adjourn? Oh, I'm sorry, I thought that's what we were doing.
I said from the audience.
Oh, no, I think Crystal made a comment.
Oh, I'm sorry. I do have a comment on that. Yep, can I skip? Okay. Well, we skipped approval. I'm gonna move on. I would just like to say that I hope everybody understands the exciting things that are going on with the CRA and the work that's being done here. You know, it was brought up tonight in future projects. And I would like to highlight that I am not on the negotiation committee, but Crystal and Skip and Ted are on the committee from the council, and we have Pat Harold from County Economic Development. We mentioned Scott Carey from the school board, representatives from the county. Some of the exciting things from both, thank you for that, yeah, both Columbiana and Horn County. Some of the work that's being done by that committee is just phenomenal. I think it's phenomenal. And it's getting people to talk and communicate and really talk about what is in the best interest of the city from all perspectives. And I just think it's tremendous, and I'm going to kind of piggyback here to say that Lance has kept this ball rolling. He keeps us well informed, and he's really spearheading these projects. And you know, we're really blessed to have him and his assistance in putting this together. So this is a big project. It's very exciting. It's going to be really interesting to see where it ends up. Thank you.
I guess before we adjourn, we're going to talk about CRA. I mentioned at the planning commission meeting last week, but a separate meeting that involved the CRA with the Mahoning Columbiana County Realtors Association. Lance was invited to go to, and very long story short, they had everyone from bankers to realtors and everything in between at the meeting trying to get their heads around what was going on in Columbiana. And they had an analyst that works for the bank, not a bank, but that is helping the banks finance homes and growth specifically within Columbiana because of this. And the biggest takeaway that we got above and beyond the growth, they told us that 85% of the homes sold in Columbiana County over the last 6 months were within the city of Columbiana. On top of that, they told us that that's on pace for the same quality of homes sold in all of Mahoning County sold within the city of Columbiana. And they told us that bankers are now financing people who are building in Columbiana at a different rate than they are anywhere else because of the CRA. So if you qualify for a $180,000 home loan in Mahoning County, Boardman, you qualify for a $260,000 loan in Columbiana because of the CRA. It's huge. It's absolutely massive, the doors that's opening, and I think in part that's why you've got bus tours and realtors wanting to come here and see what's going on, so they know how to take advantage of this and bring people down here. So, yeah.
If I could piggyback, I'd like to
Sure.
just say that, and only as an employee of a local lender, I don't say this on any part of the city's behalf, but in comparison, after that meeting we had this morning, one of the questions was directed at our city manager, if he minded if a city manager from a neighboring district, you mind if I say it, Lance?
Right.
From Canfield, Ohio, would you mind if the city manager from Canfield, Ohio tagged along on his tour in Columbiana? Put that in perspective, folks. I love it. I mean, that's great to hear. Isn't that cool?
Lisbon is trying to do it right now as well.
Well, and this is setting an example of which we're as honest. This is such good stuff. So it's great to be part of it. I speak again as an employee of a local lender, so or a local bank. But it's good stuff.
It's huge. Anything else?
Got something to bring up. None of us are up here because we're here to get paid to be here by any means. And most everybody knows that I am not running for council this fall. So when I bring up this specific topic, it's definitely not having anything to do with me, myself personally, but I personally think that members of city council deserve for all their work and their effort to get paid more than $20 a month. I know it's, for most people, it is a community service of sorts, but I would really like to see some sort of a discussion at a future meeting after there's some research done to see what other local councils are getting paid and what we can do to reward the hard work for the people that are out there. I'm not saying we're going to be giving people $500 a month, but $20 is kind of a slap in the face to everybody up here and the work that they're doing. Anybody else would like to entertain that? I have nothing into it, so I feel like I can bring it up.
I tend to agree with it. You know.
Well, we've been down this road before, and we've had this discussion, and probably not too long ago. And then when it comes time to vote, they all vote it down, because we're not here for the money. So, I mean, we want to address the discussion again, but
I think it does say something about the city, that the people sitting here and work for the city for $20 a month, so it's due to take salary. Because we want to be here, because we like the city, and we really feel like the city's going in the right direction.
You're right, okay? We're here to help grow this city in the most professional way we possibly can. I, for one, I'm excited about what I've seen the last few months, and there's more to come. A goal of mine was, and this is just a side note to all of that, really to see that second industrial park take off. And there's some, and it looks like that, we're making some movement there, and I'm happy. That's why I'm up here. I want to see the greatness and the goodness for our town. And it's our town. And people are looking at us. Sometimes we are on the outside looking in. Well, now we're on the inside, and they're looking at us. So, the $20, if it was $200, that might make some people happy, but, it's a legacy we're leaving. So, $20, whatever.
Move that bad boy down again.
Give Crystal credit for trying.
Yeah.
Any other comments? Now can I have a motion to adjourn?